it's week 13 of 2021. It's going by quickly. I'm okay with that because I love spring. We talked about the changing of the seasons last week, and God blessed Texas with a little bit of rain, but some gorgeous weather. It's been a dream outside. I think that I plan on spending as much time as I possibly can outside this week. For the chapter that I picked to memorize this week, it's actually one I have memorized. My boys at one point had it memorized, but we're going to brush up this week and relearn this chapter, Psalm 23. I actually made this card, which I know is probably not super visually appealing to the eye, okay? It's a tool. If you have known me for any amount of time, okay, back when I worked with children, you will know that if I had your 3 or 4-year-old at my school, they had this verse memorized or chapter memorized. We did verse memorization, and this one we were able to teach to kids that could not read through picture memory. And so as you're reading, this will help you memorize it. If you want to memorize all of Psalm 23, this will help you memorize it too. Each picture, as you read, you'll just point to the picture. So your child will remember the picture. That picture will trigger the words in their mind if they see it enough. When I did it at the school, I had them printed out on smaller cards. I would just hold up the card and the kids would say it. Okay. But it just goes through each picture. This picture right here, if the kids will know, but that's the sole of a shoe. So he restores my soul. That's the sole of a shoe. So you'll talk about that with your kids, the sole of your shoe. And even when I was teaching it to the kids, we would touch the sole of our shoe to trigger the memory for what was coming in the next verse. Okay. So I hope that's a handy tool for you. If not, then just throw it in the trash. Okay. I love this chapter because when you do a lot of study, you know, we're referred to as the Lord being our shepherd often. And I want to encourage you to kind of dig into that. Google it. Okay. I've discovered I love Google more than most people. That's been pointed out to me a couple times. Like, wow, you really use Google a lot. I do. Google it. See what it says about the Lord being our shepherd, understanding what a shepherd is. And working with kids, I would get cotton balls. We would throw cotton balls all over the room. And we'd be like, oh, let's take care of our sheep and gather up. Let's be the shepherd. And we would gather up all the cotton balls, right? Like they were our sheep to take care of them. But if we can really put in place, you know, God is our father, a father figure, a shepherd, we think of protection and care. Okay. It was safety for the sheep, a place of refuge. You know, we have examples, you know, there would be a ton of sheep. One would go off and the shepherd would go find that one. As we go through all the different seasons, there are seasons where we're walking in valleys, and there are seasons where our cup is running over, okay? Either way, it is so important. There's also a scripture, I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. This chapter is one that so many memorize because of the level of comfort, and it really touches on every single season that you might be in, all wrapped up into one. And so I encourage you to memorize it, write it on your heart, and it's a daily meditation for me to just think over the verses in this chapter. Think about where you're at. Think about where the Lord is guiding you and leading you this week, okay? And I really want to encourage you to do this with your family. There's something else that I do with my family, and it's called the red dot. Okay, I learned this. If you are not familiar with Cedar Rock Ministries, it is incredible. Cedar Rock Ministries is very near and dear to my heart, especially if you are currently married or about to become married. Cedar Rock Ministries is something I highly recommend you looking into, okay? But let's talk about red dot. So when you're looking at a map, like let's say you're at the zoo or hiking, there's that red dot and it says, you are here, okay? So when I ask my kids, where's your red dot right now? They know that's where am I at right now? What are my feelings? What am I thinking about? What's taking up brain space, okay? Where are you at right now? That's a fantastic conversation to have at dinner with your kids, with your spouse, with good friends. Where are you at right now, friend? What's taking up brain space, all right? Because sometimes we can kind of go throughout our day and certain things will trigger us or upset us, but that's not really what's upsetting us, right? It's actually where we're at here. And everything else is just part of the routine of the day. So really, really, really getting into good, curious questions with your children, with your spouse, with your close, good friends, your accountability, your 5 people that are your inner circle, right? I really want to challenge you. Ask them, where are you at right now? Are you in the valley? How can I pray for you? Is your cup running over? How can I rejoice with you today? Okay. And no matter where you're at, I think Psalm 23 is such a beautiful place to remind ourselves that the Lord is our shepherd. And he is with us, walking with us through every single season that we have. So I hope this is handy for you. And I hope that you don't feel overwhelmed memorizing it. So just utilize what you can. And maybe if it's too much, just pick one small verse in the chapter that really speaks to your heart that you want to memorize. All right. I hope you guys have a really fantastic week. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.